Bethesda is absolutely mad. Starfield has been saved by a mod that makes it into a completely new game. Yes, the only way to save Starfield was to delete it and make a new game. Now, granted, I was saying this pretty much from day one when the game released because it was obvious, but it finally happened. And you bet Todd Howard is mad. So, when can we expect a surprise update for Starfield that does exactly the worst things so this mod gets ruined? Place your bets, boys.
So I figured we should start 2026 off right with a video revisiting a game that we have looked at many times before. You see, all of this started when I saw a clip that's been going viral of an update to Starfield that adds 100+ gigs of mods to the game and basically revamps it into a Star Wars open galaxy RPG, which
Yes, and by the way, if you're currently laughing and thinking, so a dead game decided to remake itself in the image of a dead franchise, aka Star Wars. Yes, unironically, that has happened. And I know about this mod. It's actually great. The guy who made it put in, obviously, a absolute ton of effort to make it all look and feel like it is. It is a massive improvement over Starfield Prime. But the bad part about this is it's still Starfield. You can still feel the Starfield in it. And that is the capital sin, I guess, at the end of the day. The fact that it's still Starfield, and the fact that Todd probably does not want anyone to mod his precious Starfield, because that, it was his baby, it was his big thing, the one thing that he wanted to make since he was a child. So, someone making Starfield into not Starfield? Honestly, I would start worrying about cease and desists from Bethesda at this point.
sounds really cool, frankly. So I decided to spend the last few hours of my day working to install all of these mods, and we're gonna try it. I will say the mod list is a little insane.
Wow.
Like, bro, it's crazy. But these modders, dude, are so freaking talented. Like, they did all of this, and then they have the, of course, mod organizer, which organizes them into the ideal load order so that you can just hit play and experience it. And that's what I'm going to do here. Press the little play button. It's going to load up, do the little scripty poo, and then in the...
You know what I love? There's a very popular comment when it comes to anything Bethesda, and that is, why can't Bethesda just hire the modders so they have talent, people with talent, and they can fix the things? That is one of the worst things that can honestly happen, because this has actually happened. Bethesda has hired multiple modders, multiple people who are responsible for some very cool stuff. And then they get hired by Bethesda. They get integrated to the workflow, the culture, the this and that, and those modders become, well, the same talentless slap Bethesda developers. And they never make anything good again. Because again, many games, in fact, have done this that are as talentless as Bethesda. They take people with talent, and they just mold them into the talentless losers that they themselves are. It is honestly pretty impressive.
Eerie. We sit here for a second, even though it says unlock, you don't touch that, you just wait. And after a minute or two, it should boot. In theory, maybe. You know, it's going to be funny if I did all of this for this video and then it just doesn't work at all. I did test it already a little. It's still stressful. Oh, maybe. Is it happening? It might be happening. Here we go.
If it didn't happen, he would not put this in the video.
So bear in mind, this is an update to the base game that basically overhauls everything. So once you choose to open this up and do the Star Wars Genesis mod update,
Unironically, this is probably going to be the best Star Wars game in the decade.
your old version of Starfield is gone, which I know a lot of people are going to be very sad about, but it means that you get to experience something totally fresh. You see, now when I click any button to start, it's the same basic menu, but it's got unique artwork and a unique vibe and everything. I'm not going to mess with too much because I don't want to break it. So I'm just going to hit new, start a new game, confirm. Achievements are enabled. Yes, that's fine. And then we load. And it
Achievements are enabled? What? Mods typically have it disabled. What?
should take me straight into one of the new areas that they've added just for this. Because again, the whole thing is overhauled. It's not just like what I thought initially, which I thought it was just going to be like Starfield with the Star Wars coat of paint, like just some cosmetic.
Oh, no. This is not even the first time it has been actually trending. I don't remember, did I talk about this previously, or did I just watch a couple of things about this? This is literally everything.
And stuff. No, this thing is like totally redone with a whole new like progression loop, new missions areas, all of this. So alternative start or alternate start, I can read. Star Wars Genesis, select a starting location and loadout. The confirm button is all the way at the bottom. Starting location, you select what you want. The main story, Imperial Alliance, Port Haven, whatever. You can pick what you want. I'm gonna go Geonosis. Okay, starting location.
Okay. Actually, based. Luke picked Imperial. Okay, the actual good guys, not the modern day slop of Leia and whatever the fuck is going on there.
Yeah, if we do that, so we go down here, equipment loadout. You can select between Rebel Pilot, Smuggler, Imperial Miner, Civilian. I'm gonna do Stormtrooper, and then I'm going to hit confirm, and then it takes you into like the basic
Luke,
character.
what are you
creator.
doing?
You do all of this stuff like you did in the base game.
Well, shouldn't his audience actually be like fuming over these bad pics of the space Nazis?
But now there's all sorts of new like races and species and stuff for you to pick from because
Man, I'm sorry. Look, did I hear a little bit of races and species to pick from? Is he just gonna go basic human male?
of course, look at that. How crazy is this? Again, I just can't believe that once again, modders are the ones that are like, I mean, fixing, this isn't even fixing Starfield. This is just like a new thing, basically, at this point, made on the back of Starfield. But if I just like
something.
go through, I don't, oh, this guy's cool. I'll do that.
Damn it.
Body, that looks, I don't even know. I don't know. That's good. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Wait, can I customize the head shape of this dude? I don't think I can, right? No, you can. Dude, they even have they even have head shape customization for the alien species. Okay, this is crazy. And hair, you can put hair on him. Dude, that's amazing. Okay, we're not gonna do hair, that's cursed, but still, that's cool that you can. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I like Star Wars now as an adult, but even though my name is Luke, it took me a while to get into it because like I grew up in the era of like the prequel movies, and so for me, everybody I knew, all my friends and their parents especially, constantly made the little jokes of like, hey Luke, I'm your father. And dude, it drove me crazy. As like a little kid, it drove me crazy. So I like Star Wars now, but when I was
that explains a lot.
Little, I definitely was frustrated by it. Look at this, dude. They've tweaked all of these things. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I don't want to spend too much
wanted kids stuff. That's Fallout.
Time on it. I'm gonna select some pretty basic ones and hit finish. My name is Gilgar Gamara Duga. Gilgar.
Well, we still have the him.
Gamara Duga. There we go. Okay, that'll do. Probably bad that I can't even like pronounce my own name, but that, it's a cultural thing from where this alien species is from. Okay, It's complete. Remember to save and restart the game after reading this message. If the save option is grayed out, briefly open and close your inventory. Welcome to Star Wars Genesis. You have now, you've made your way through the galaxy like anyone else. Until now, an artifact with unclear origin and unknown purpose has found its way into your hands. An enigmatic collector has contacted you, expressing keen interest in it and offering credits and few answers. You do not know how important this artifact is, only that others want it to. Okay, so save and restart the game after reading this message. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, back up, I'm gonna save, and then I will reload. Okay, saving, saved. Okay, I will reboot. I'll be right back, dude. Already I can tell this is gonna be a vibe, dude. I can tell this is gonna be a vibe. I'm kind of low-key digging it. I'm digging it. I never thought I'd be like into Starfield again, but bro, it's like kind of cool. Okay, the game's closed.
Was that a new animation for the Stormtrooper walk? Because one of them was not.
I'm gonna reboot it again through the mod organizer. It's gonna run its little script, then we'll boot back in. Okay, we're back in, and dude,
Okay.
like, they've done a lot. They've done a lot. Okay, like I'm just gonna.
But does it have 1,000 planets?
I'm gonna show you around. This is a little insane. Okay, so the standard like Starfield stuff is still here.
Wait, this is the same location from Starfield, though. This is the cafeteria on Mars, or whatever the hell it's called. Okay.
Still walk around kind of with dead faces and stuff like that. But dude, the ambiance, the vibes are here. Okay.
Yeah, but this is, again, look at this. Look at this citizen. It goes. This is stop again. Amazing job remaking all of this, but at the end of the day, this is Starfield, not Star Wars. You can just see it. You can just feel it. And the way that this, again, watch this.
The vibes.
If you have not played Starfield, that probably doesn't instantaneously just drill into your mind like it does in mine, but I have sadly played Starfield. I did not get refunded. And this just completely drills in my mind. This is your average slot. So this is exactly what I was saying. As long as this guy does not completely rewrite everything about the game, it's still Starfield. Like, look at this. It looks slightly different, but this guy moving, this guy just staring through you with a 1,000-yard soulless stare. You know this is Starfield. Nothing, no coat of paint is ever masking the fact that this is Starfield, sadly.
The vibes are here. Okay, the vibes are vibin'. You know, this reminds me of one of the strangest design choices that they made with Starfield originally, which was that there were no like alien species at all. It was really like, I know it's a meme, but it was literally just like a standard Bethesda game, but in space. So it's like, oh, we have space cowboys and space pirates, and then there's space mercenaries, and then there's space religious extremists. It was just really bizarre that they didn't try to do anything more exciting than that.
Oh, this is the same location, though.
It just ended up being so placid and
yeah, this is the same location without changes, though.
Uninteresting. And I think that this mod really showcases, oh, look at that, really showcases how important
was that? No, that was there. That was there.
The vibes, for lack of a better
word. I think that was there because I remember trying to climb one of those and it had nothing. It had nothing.
Are in a game like this where it's all about exploring. Like, if the world is not interesting, if the universe you're exploring is not interesting, why should anybody care? You know, like, of course there's the obvious things in Starfield with like,
and yeah, it just looks like there's still like your casual 15 loading screens. But again, this is Starfield at its finest. He spawns in. He needs to go outside, which is a loading screen. Then he needs to get inside his ship, which is a loading screen. And you know and now you're in the ship. And the moment he presses spacebar, it seems like he's gonna be in another loading screen. This is the, you can't, like, it's so sad. This guy tried so hard to make a mod for Starfield, and it's still fucking Starfield. It's just sad. So much time wasted, honestly. If he just chose if he just chose to, I don't know, mod any other game, it would have been such a better outcome. But I mean, choices are made. At least I hope he had fun making it.
Load screens being everywhere. Like even now, I just load screen in there. I'm gonna take off. We're gonna have another load screen. There we
Yeah,
go. Like
unskippable
getting rid of this stuff
animation.
would be nice. It's good quality of life improvements, certainly. But I think when you're talking about like an adventure game or a game all about
You
exploration,
know what's my favorite part about these animations? This is not a loading screen. I don't think this was a loading screen.
and getting
There should
lost
be
in
a
the
loading
universe.
screen. Yeah, there
It's
we
way
go.
more important.
See? The animation is not during a load screen. The animation is a separate thing that then follows the loads that just is before the load screen. Insane.
To have those vibes and those interesting things down before you get to everything else. Like I think there could have been a ton of load screens and it would not have been an issue if the world and universe was interesting to explore. I think because Starfield had a lot of weaknesses, that made it much easier for people to kind of dismiss it and cast it aside, because there were only a few things like the ship customization to really get excited about. Everything else was just kind of like mediocre. I want to go to this crash site. I want to see what that's like. Can I go here? Dude, I love the new artwork. Okay. Okay.
But wait, again, let's just no. Actually, wait. Let's.
Dude, what's this? Color me intrigued. Okay.
I think he cuts, by the way. Here, I think I have noticed 2 cuts in Luke's video because there should. Okay, let me explain how it should be. I didn't say anything at the first thing when he got in here.
Exploring is not interesting.
Because watch.
Why should anybody care? You know, like of course there's the obvious things in Starfield with like the load screen.
But there is not. This is strange because this doesn't make sense. Okay, so let me explain how this should work and why this feels a little bit sus. I think he has done some editing stuff. Okay, so this is how Starfield should work. So let's take this start for example. You start off in a building. You exit the building, loading screen. You get to the ship, a loading screen. You spawn into the interior of the ship. You should then have a 5-second unskippable animation where you sit down in the chair of the cockpit, because obviously. And then you should have the takeoff, the unskippable takeoff animation. By the way, this is currently already two load screens, 2 unskippable animations, and then you have another load screen when you get the space, and then you select a new location, and there it's either instantaneous or you have another animation that takes you to a load screen, and then you are there. You need to exit the cockpit, which is another unskippable animation. Then you need to get out of the ship, which is another load screen, and then you are here. This is Starfield gameplay, by the way. I'm not making this up. If you did not know, that is exactly how this gameplay should be. But currently, Luke is kind of skipping the interiors of the ship. Would this mod actually just remove the interiors of the ship? I somehow honestly do not believe that. So I think he did some editing magic here. I think he saved us literally a couple of unskippable cutscenes. Wild. Insane, actually.
Did it drop my rover? Does this support the rover thing?
The rover's lame.
I don't know if it does. Well, regardless, I will say that like going through this, it's making me realize how uninteresting the universe of Starfield was by default, and also how utterly lame the Star Wars offerings have been in the last like 15 20 years. I think they've missed a lot of opportunities to do really cool games with the IP. And I still think that this, even if it was like a complete package on the AAA scale, I still think that this probably would have ended up feeling kind of boring and repetitive. But I do think it would have been a lot more interesting to explore if it had this Star Wars inspired coat of paint and like all these original quest lines and new alien species and lore behind it. I think that really helps, because shocker, it's not easy.
Again, at the end of the day, it's just sad because a lot of effort has been put into this mod, but the reality is, again, it's just still Starfield at the end of the day. It's just sadly Starfield at the end of the day.
Easy to create an interesting universe that people are going to want to explore. Like, it's actually quite difficult. Dude, this is cool. This is cool. Yeah, it's quite difficult. And so I think Starfield kind of reaffirmed that
What
and
is
reminded
this?
people just how difficult it is to make a universe people want to explore and that they find
Oh wait, it said crashed spaceship, so he has to get inside.
interesting. It's not easy. What else do we have on this planet? We've got the Geonosis droid factory. Okay, let's go there. Fast travel, load screen. Gilgar Gamara Duga is on his way. Okay. 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 We loading.
Press the
We
map,
loaded
I
in?
guess.
Okay. Is this it? Okay. Oh crap. Okay.
Oh, mine. That's cool.
Need to be more cautious. Oh dude, what? They have
ATs,
ATSTs?
holy.
They can do that?
And he's
Okay,
barely
bro, this is a
tickling
vibe.
them.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I did not have on my 2026 bingo that I would
Okay, that's at least interesting.
be like
Even though I will say I instantaneously just look kind of scuffed.
feeling the vibes.
This is also 100% way higher level zone than he should be at.
Of Starfield again, but dude, I kind of am. Like, low key, it's a little ridiculous that we're here, but that's where we are. It's I don't know how to deal with these feelings. Oh, it's confusing. Perhaps the most pressing question of all with this though is like, how on earth is this allowed? You know, like, it's really cool. Don't get me wrong, it's really cool, and I don't think like Bethesda. Oh,
Okay, I would say that this has a lot of potential, obviously. But, oh yeah, right, one of the... I guess this is Tatooine or something. I don't know, I'm not a Star Wars guy that much. I like Star Wars, but I'm not that much of a guy. So, yeah, I mean, this is it. This is the mod. It's cool, but I have a feeling that the average person playing this will instantaneously understand this mod is probably like 5 years away from actually replacing Starfield, and that's a long time. That is a long time. Because Bethesda at that time will also break this mod, obviously, because Toddy Boy does not want Starfield to be overthrown by some dirty peasant modder. Oh man, it's inspiring, but it's so fucking sad at the end of the day, in my opinion. It just is. Jeez. Anyway, that was Luke Steffens 10 out of 10. Bye.